Tuning in to another video episode on ForgottenWeapons.com. I'm Ian, and today we have the great privilege of speaking to Charles St. George. He is the designer, inventor of the Leader T2 rifle, which we've discussed on the website. He also designed the Bushmaster M17 rifle, and he has a brand new Leader T50, 50 caliber semi-auto bullpup here today at SHOT Show. So thank you for coming out and taking the time to speak to us.
My pleasure.
I really appreciate it. I've had some questions from some of our readers. How did you get your start in firearms design? I know every designer has a different story, and we'd be curious to hear what yours is.
Well, my father was in the British Army, and that started my interest in firearms. And when he told me that the British Army had changed over from the 308 to the 7.62, a semi-automatic rifle, that excited me. And that got me onto the road to developing weapons a long time ago.
Okay.
And I built my first 303 semi-automatic rifle when I was in England. And then I went to Australia, and I built a lot of prototypes in Australia.
Okay. So you didn't have a formal education in firearms design?
No, none at all. Not even in metallurgy or any design engineering. I just did it the hard way.
Okay. Pick it up as you go?
I did, and I came up with a triangular bolt for a breech mechanism in 1975. Only because I couldn't afford to broach an 8-lug bolt, so there had to be a simpler way. So I just got a bar of material, turned it down, and put 3 flats on it, and that became my triangular bolt. Okay. And that appeared in the Leader T2 rifle, which came out in 1980. And actually, we developed that in 1978. We filed our patents in 1980, which is now out there on the internet, because there's been rumors that I copied Barrett and took the triangular bolt from his rifle, but the opposite is the actual case. We filed a patent in 1980, and Barrett, I think, filed a patent in 1983. So my triangular bolt actually pre-existed Barrett's by 3 years.
Okay. Yeah, there's, you look at two designs that both have a bolt that looks the same, and you guys are both located geographically very close to each other. People wonder if there's a connection between the two, or if it's just coincidence.
Well, no, I did work for Barrett for about 10 months, 1982 and 83. But my work at Barrett was nothing to do with weapons. I wasn't involved in any weapons design, no design engineering. I just did paperwork. Barrett's philosophy is that if your name isn't Barrett, you don't get involved in design work.
Okay.
So that took care of that. So, we have my designs are my designs, his designs are his designs. And I know he designed a gas-operated bullpup rifle, I think in about 2006. But I've been away from his company for years. So, to say that I had any influence or was influenced by anything he was doing, that is not the case. My design is my design. Actually, in fact, my Leader 50 BMG, if you look at it, has extrusion design that originated from the bullpup rifle.
Right.
The M17. Uh-huh. And the triangular bolt came from the Leader, and all the other bits and pieces are actually all original, and there's a patent file. Okay. So it's a brand new gun. We haven't copied anybody at all.
All right. Yeah, the triangular bolt was obviously one of the first things that we noticed when we looked at the T2, and that in conjunction with some of the manufacturing techniques on it. That's
right, and even Serbu uses the triangular bolt in his gun, but I think it's the Benelli R4 uses it in their semi-automatic rifle, so it's used out there now, quite a few companies. But it's a good design, makes sense.
So it looks like on the T2, your design was largely influenced by manufacturing methods that were available to you.
I was influenced a lot by the AR-180. I liked the AR-180 design. I like the stamp pressings. Well, the Germans used a lot of stamp pressings during the Second World War. And I've always been keen on stamp pressings, and that's why I designed the Leader the way it is. It's basically a tube, just sheet metal work and just basic machining.
Yeah, which is great. It makes it a lot more cost-effective to manufacture.
Absolutely.
And in a military sense, that's a real advantage for underdeveloped countries that need to equip a military
Well, they
force.
tend to say that, but underdeveloped countries are not. You still need equipment. You still need the engineers. You still need tool makers. You need to know. You have to have the people that know what they're doing when it comes to manufacturing. Okay. It's manufacturing. The only difference is it's a lot easier to stamp press something out of sheet metal than it is to forge it out of aluminum, and then you got to fully machine it. Then you got to hard anodize it. So there's all the infrastructure of different ways of manufacturing. Sheet metal is easy because it is easy. Sure, you can be very sophisticated. I mean, there's other companies now, they make an AR upper and an AR lower out of a solid billet of aluminum. That's crazy. It is crazy. I mean, why? Get a forging, most of your shape's there, just finish it off. Well, but that's what they want to do. That's what they want to do.
I think it's a lot marketing. People have read that a fully machined billet is better, and
it can be. When you forge aluminum, you tighten up the grains.
Right. Obviously,
it's going to be stronger and tougher.
Yeah, but it's a matter of people who have read something and haven't done the research or the background knowledge.
That's the problem. They don't research things.
And the marketing department dictates to the engineering department how it needs to be done.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
So another one of your products or designs that I got some questions about was a centrifugal system that you came up with called Dread.
That originated in Australia a long time ago, and I brought the technology to the US. We did a lot of work in California. Then I went to Connecticut. I got tied up with Abbott Ball, which is a ball bearing company in Hartford, Connecticut. They spent some time and money into it, and we came to an agreement that they wouldn't proceed any further with it. And they let me have my technology. I actually own the technology. They let me have the prototypes back, and I took it down to Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and we did some more work on it. And I had an associate who was involved with me. He negotiated some sort of deal with ATK to build a prototype, but they actually built a prototype, what they call a high fidelity level 6 prototype. But the negotiations never went anywhere, and the prototype, as I understand, is still there, and they just died.
Okay, so it would have been like a mounted
on a vehicle or a helicopter, yeah.
Okay, and was it designed to use round ball or
round ball.
bullets?
Round balls, designed to use round balls. Okay. We actually had some special balls manufactured to a specific size, so you can't use a standard ball off the shelf. Okay. And we managed to do that. Hence why we got tied up with Abbott Ball in Hartford, Connecticut. Okay. But
do you think that type of technology still has a competitive application in today's
It probably does, but to be quite frank with you, I've lost interest in it. When you put a lot of time and effort into something and it goes nowhere, it kind of just drains you a little bit. So I've diverted my energies now into the Leader 50.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about it.
The Leader 50 is a bullpup rifle. It's only 39 inches long, weighs 17 pounds, and it has a very unique annular gas system. It has a brand new style of ignition system, which we call, I've lost, linear system. And there's about probably another 3 or 4 patents that are yet to be filed because we're still developing it. But we're very close to production, and it's an incredible piece of equipment.
Okay, I handled the one you have inside at the booth. It's cool.
Yeah,
it's really light. It's really well balanced.
That's got some new components on it because the old components we had just weren't good enough. They didn't meet the design criteria. So we had to start from scratch again. So we've made new bolts, new barrel extensions, new components in it. Okay. We've got some production tooling underway. And we hope to be in production and have it on the market by June this year. So
yeah, it looks like a really cool design.
Yeah, I like it. We had a Marine fire it actually a couple of weeks ago, and he weighed only about 110 pounds. And he pulled the trigger, and he just laid there, and he turned his head. I didn't feel that, he said. And it's true because it doesn't move. It has a very effective brake system, has a very effective gas system, and the recoil damping system is built into the weapon. Okay. So it's quite something, yeah.
All right. And so on that particular project, you're doing all the technical and design work, but the actual manufacture is done by Mycor?
The actual manufacturing is being undertaken by Mycor, which has a long history in component part manufacturing, and they make component parts for other people in the defense industry. So they got a good track record. They got a good team of engineers.
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I look forward to seeing that the T50 in action. That'll be cool.
Yeah, probably a few months' time.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you very much indeed.
And, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the interview. I know I certainly did. Check back to Forgotten Weapons for more information on interesting and exotic weapons like the Leader T2.